Welcome back, everyone. So we're gonna get started in just a moment here. We got the Black Panther drop, of course. I'm just making sure I'm set up, looking good. Yes. Awesome, cool. Let me turn off the music here. Chat all set and ready to go. Beautiful. Been pretty good. Sweet, if you're in the chat, say hello. But we're getting ready here in just a couple minutes for the Black Panther drop. Yes, I'm actually going to see. Let's go there. We're getting ready for the Black Panther drop. It is happening very soon. Let's make sure I have enough gems. 50 gems today. This is going to be a bigger one. Certainly excited for this one. And we'll be talking about a few things coming up. On Sunday, one thing that I did with one Pokemon is we hosted a Twitter Spaces, which was a lot of fun. So that is definitely open for everyone to speak and hang out and have a good time. Just talk about whatever VeVe or whatever topics just come up, which is always really fun. I have my cat here, CB. How you doing, girl? And yeah, I think we're almost ready to go. Just a couple minutes left until the drop. I have my coffee brewing in the background. Be right back, everybody. Thank you. Oops. Cool. All right, everyone. Good luck. Just 1 minute left here. Play music while we try and get it. In my time will not be your time. Try it for 4 minutes. I'm just gonna leave it on the screen for right now. Not gotten a drop in a while. It's both good and bad. So we see there's tons of users. But the bad part is I'm not getting any drops. And so it's ironic because we've seen the prices drop, right? But that gives a lot of opening to newbies to come in and do well. We actually had, we'll come back, but we actually had, that's not the one I want. Linka Elsa Golden Moments dipped down to almost 2,000. Yeah, she dipped down to 2,000 for a minute. I don't know if this chart will have captured it, unfortunately. Oh no, it says sold out. Darn. I was hoping to still have the buy now button, but it doesn't. Well, that was useless. I bought this official Belkin Ethernet thing that's for like $100 and it has been totally useless for getting drops. So I'm definitely going to return it. It was way too much. All right, so we saw, oh, it did capture it. So it dropped all the way to 2,000 and then it pumped back up to 3,000. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a pump or a dump or what have you. I mean, it's fallen from highs. Let's zoom out here if we can. Yeah, okay. So we do have a price history there. So it got all the way past 4K and then went sideways like at 3.5K and then pumped again and then dropped. So I mean, this is like crypto 101, right? This happens in the crypto world all the dang time. And that is normal. Let me turn up, that's as much light as I can have right now. I just hung up a few things on the walls, which is exciting to me in the least bit. But yeah, so Elsa had that, and then what else? I was tracking Spider Ghost, of course. I don't think she appears. Yeah, you can type in Ghost, which is so silly. I think she appears under there. Yeah, Spider Ghost has been steadily declining. I've been picking up one of her every once in a while. So we can see the Spider Ghost again. Its high was like I think it was above this. It was like 170. I remember seeing it for just a moment and then drop. And maybe this was the sold listing, so that could have been it. I know that it isn't totally exact right here. But darn. Yeah, I lost the buy now button. They're doing it. There must be a server side reset on this stuff because I will click, I don't get it, and then there's the buy now button. So I don't click the buy now button, and it's been resetting without me doing anything, which is unfortunate. So yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm very sad about this one. There's a high edition count. This is one you got a good chance on. And I typically, in the past, it was pretty normal for me to get high edition count. I have a pretty fast internet and all that stuff, but no siree. There just must be too many people on, which is both good and bad. Which, if you're upset about what's going on right now, all the prices dropping, more users, it means it's going to pump more. So just keep that in mind. We're at the 4 minute. No, yeah. So going back in and out, I've never gotten a rebound doing that, even doing it for 30 minutes at a time. So yeah, that's going to be an unfortunate one. An unfortunate big old L for the Matty Boy here. Gotta figure out, oops, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Gotta figure out, oops, my, there we go. You can kind of see me there. I'm still kind of figuring out my setup. It's not ideal as far as like the height of everything, where my mic placement is and everything. So still trying to make it nice. All right, I think this looks better. 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 There we go. Okay. So Black Panther, we'll go over this. I'm upset because I didn't get the drop. And if you did get one, give it to me. I'm joking, of course. So we had a decent amount of additions. So of course this is one of the really, really good looking, animated ones. We'll start at the secret rare here, ultimate animated, and it's only 2,800 additions. You can bet this game goes for several thousands gems. I did not receive one, nor does it look like I have a chance to receive one. You know what? One moment. Give me a moment. Let's make sure my chat is popped out here. All right, cool. So we're popped out there. Got my chat, chat. And I'm going to grab my coffee and then we're going to continue on and we will wait for the market to open, see what happens. I'll make some predictions about what could happen, what is happening, tell you about some things coming up. Be right back. All right, ladies and gents. So I am back. Sorry about that. I did a favor for my girlfriend last night. It's her birthday day, and I slept in our living room because one of our cats, we had a cat who had little babies, little cute little babies, not so long ago. We found her, and she was pregnant. And what happened was, so we could not get her fixed because she had babies, right? And then she was nursing whatever. We gave the babies away. They're fine. Then we scheduled an appointment to the fixing, and that was several months ago, as of right now. I'm like, cool, got the fixing. It's gonna be great. And it's annoying when a cat isn't heat. Like they're so freaking loud and stuff. And so a day before she was supposed to go in and get fixed, she started going in heat again. And we told the vet, like, oh yeah, we don't want to operate on her because it's like they have like more blood and it's a little bit more unsafe. They could have more chance of bleeding. Okay, cool. So anyways, we had to reschedule. That was several months ago, and we have to wait till March to try and reschedule. And so she's still in heat. She goes like on and off, and man, it just like she's so loud at night. She's like, meow, meow at night, just calling for gentlemen callers. And, and I just, so I did a favor to my girlfriend. It's her birthday. And I was like, I'll sleep in the room because if we close our door, they will just try, all of our cats will just try and get in here. And it will just be loud anyways. So I was like, I'll sleep in the living room on the couch and she can hang out with me and it'll be fine. And she was just so loud last night. Fortunately, my girlfriend got to go to sleep. It's her birthday, so cool. But anyways, I tried to, if you notice, I had a live stream scheduled, but I guess they treat, on YouTube, they treat mobile live streams, because I did it on my phone. They treat mobile live streams different from scheduling it on the desktop. That's what I discovered this morning, because I went live, and then it started like a full new desktop one, and then the mobile one still says it was scheduled. So it was really odd, a really, really weird thing going on there. So I'm not sure what was happening, but anything. Anyways, we also have Ledger. If you have a Ledger for cryptocurrency, they partnered with Coinbase, so you can move, once Coinbase has NFTs and everything, you can move everything over there as well, which is pretty cool. So, all right, we're gonna look at the Black Panther, make some predictions, and we're gonna talk about Black Panther because the movie did really well, of course, and it was a good movie. It was a very good movie. Was it the best movie I've ever seen? No. And I think all Marvel movies, majority of them, especially the early ones, felt like popcorn flicks, which were super fun, but they lacked meaning to me in the beginning. And then Black Panther was one of the first ones that put a little more heart and soul into it. There are other ones, of course. And that's why I like the first Spider-Man so much, is because I felt like there's a little bit more heart and soul in that. Black Panther is definitely one of those. But I feel like until the TV shows came out, the TV shows really added a lot more character, a lot more depth to all the characters that we see on screen. I really love the TV shows. Black Panther, though, I wish we would have gotten more time with the character in like a TV show type of way. It's unfortunate that was it Chadwick Boseman, he passed away. Really sucks. But I'm excited for the new Black Panthers. Also, Michael B. Jordan in the first movie as Killmonger was awesome. That was such a great like duel back and forth. I mean, again, because of the extended universe, maybe he will come back in some sort of way. That'd be really cool to see that. So, all right. So, Black Panther. For generations, the people of Wakanda have followed and worshipped the Black Panther, a superior warrior granted extra abilities by the Panther God upon proving him or herself worthy in combat tournament open to all Wakandans. Wakanda's greatest natural resource, vibranium, provides Wakanda both independence and technological superiority. The Black Panther wields enhanced strength and senses thanks to special heart-shaped herbs, as well as vibranium boosted suit. This series features 5 premium digital collectibles, statues based on Black Panther's comic look. Yes, very cool. Supplying boxes. Normally I love it, but today I hate it because I didn't get nothing, unfortunately. So of course we have the common, which I think we're still seeing the gem squeeze happen for sure. And there's a lot of speculation of, oh, we're seeing MTL, and MTL is at 10%. MTL at 10% does suck. I am no apologist for that. I was in a space a couple days ago, and one guy was like, I don't know why people are complaining. They've said it's going to be 10%. Have they said it's going to be 10%? Maybe. No, not anytime recently. They haven't forecasted that. They definitely haven't worn that on their shirt sleeves. Has there been a thing that you could have researched that said it was 10%? Probably. You could probably look towards their past and that they would have said something's 10%. But no, they have not been very clear about it being such a high fee. 10%, let's be clear, in the crypto world is horrible. It is bad. 10% is horrible. If you look on eBay, yeah, 10% is normal. We're not in the eBay world. We're not in the traditional banking world. We should be pissed at this. However, I will say there might not be too much choice because they're partnered with Swift, which is the legacy banking system, and they probably have a partner that handles Swift on top of that for them that they pay. And of course, they probably have to hire a new billing person that costs, so much per year for them. So I hate 10%. I think it's awful. MTL is not going to be the everyone drops everything right away, although they do need a different cash out option, either us taking our NFTs off or NFT to Omi or something that will be much, much better. I've heard they scrap the Omi to gems or vice versa because they don't want to be registered as an official exchange, which is kind of hilarious because they more or less are an exchange, but that would not be great for us right now because if they were as an official exchange, there'd be a whole lot more stuff they would have to do legally. I've been a part of some exchanges that I've tried to launch in the past, and they're still like very, very slow moving. If you look at Mandala Exchange, it's been, let's see, they launched their everything in like 2018, and they've same thing, MTL, all these transfer license, trying to get approved in the United States, and they were on it quite right away, and they had a lot of issues internally just with different things. They actually ended up switching their CEO from Nate Flanders to some other people and community members and lawyers that worked for him. But I mean, it's not easy to get these things done, especially as an exchange. So I'm glad they're doing it the way they are, and that's how they probably should. But the 10% fee is horrendous, so keep that in mind. But because of the 10% fee, we probably won't see the great cash out. Also, we probably won't see the great cash out because they're rolling it out slowly. And again, we're speculating MTL and 10% fee and everything, but overall markets are down. Let's look at even just like an index of index. Let's just look at index fund. Let's look at VTO. So VTO tracks the S&P 500, I believe. So yeah, so that's down. It has been down 5 day, 1 month, 6 months, just every single day. The VTO, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, and then VTX, I think, is the Fortune 500. But you can see just down, 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 and 4%, 3% over a month, 6%. That's really big in the stock market. Cryptocurrency is just kind of mirroring that. And why is that happening? Well, again, there's not any one explanation. The one explanation is there are more sellers than buyers right now. We see the government will be raising interest rates. We don't know exactly how much yet. So if they do it just a little bit and the money is still cheap for banks and stuff, I think we'll see a continuation. If they do it a little bit too much, we could see a little crash. Of course, the government, or the Fed, I should say, the Federal Reserve, because they're a separate entity from how the government functions, they don't want to send us into a recession. We don't want to go that hard, but they need to curb inflation. So they do need to raise the interest rates a little bit. And this was a result of, one of the results of keeping the interest rates probably too low for a long, long time. Even before 2020, we kept interest rates really low. They should have been raised probably several times before 2020 because really they're being kept low to pump up the stock market more or less artificially. And then 2020 happened, and we didn't have as much room to go down as I think a lot of economists and a lot of people hoped that we would. So that's part of the unfortunate side effect of being really lax on monetary policy and just wanting the stock market to go forever up, right? So that is where we're sitting today. Bitcoin is below that 40K. Hopefully we can get above 40 and higher. Let's look at kind of just a general trend. Again, we're not doing anything specific. If I really wanted to pull up charting tools, I could, but we're not going to. So overall, again, that one time we broke 40K and remained above it was a big one for the month. Again, we're still kind of like in this like sideways choppy trend. If I were a trader, I would be staying away from this. I would be like, I'm not a trader, but I'd be like, I don't know direction it's going in the short term. No idea. Long term, cool. I love Bitcoin. I think it's really good, and we will see positive things for it. So that's why I just hold some, and we'll just hang on to it for a while. OMI is way down. I think it got to 0.004 if I'm not mistaken. And yep, 0.004. Still above that though, 0.046. It has dropped. It is up for today, but it doesn't mean much. And I think, it's really interesting because I asked a question, I think it was Foster Hilt and Taps Trades, and I asked a question and they misunderstood the question on their stream. And it was a super chat, so I could only type so much, so I couldn't explain myself fully. But essentially I was like, it seems like the OMI markets has been pumping opposite of Bitcoin. It happened a couple of times. Right now, the VeVe market is down and Bitcoin is down. I'm talking about the VeVe collectibles, not OMI token, totally separate, right? And they misunderstood it as, I was like, oh, the OMI token being down. And which didn't make sense at all. Of course, that question sounded not smart, but that wasn't the question I was asking. But that's what they answered. And one of the answers I got was that, oh, OMI isn't very correlated to Bitcoin because there's no Bitcoin pairing. That is completely wrong in the crypto market. I just want to put that out there. If you've been in the crypto market for more than a little bit, I mean, I've been in it since 2016, 2017, right? So, about the 5 years. And the altcoins, no matter what, I don't care what pairings they have, will always be affected by Bitcoin, at least for now, until one, let's say Ethereum, perhaps, breaks out on its own and really does its own thing and is being used by separate industries. But they are still seen as a risk-on asset. Bitcoin absorbs all the space because a lot of the people in this are still holders, which they're not going to affect the price because they're not buying and selling. They're just holding and waiting, like me. They're speculative traders, so they're high volume trading in and out. And those particular people are the ones affecting the price. And they're going to trade OMI. It doesn't matter if there's a BTC pairing or not. There's BTC on the exchanges that OMI is on, and it's very easy to move between all three of them. You go to OMI, to USDT, to BTC, USDT, like that's what they do. They make thousands and thousands of trade. Do you think it's good? If they had to go to a completely separate exchange to trade BTC for OMI, yeah, that might make it a little weird. And then OMI would be a much cheaper price because it's very difficult to get. But I just think that's just because there's not a BTC OMI pairing on some of these major exchanges or some of the exchanges that it is on is a silly farce that is not true. It is affected by the Bitcoin price and will be for a long time. Even if it does get on new exchanges, it will short-term definitely pump and probably form a new floor. But if Bitcoin drops, it will probably also drop, most likely. Not probably, it will, as we've seen with almost time immemorial. All right, so back to the Spider-Mans. Let's see, it is 8:22. Let's check out if that market is open yet. Unfortunately, again, I did not get a drop. If you're in the chat, let me know. Again, I had some weird things happening this morning. I tried to schedule a stream, but I scheduled it on my phone, and I think you can only, when you schedule a stream on your phone, you can only stream from your phone. They keep it two separate things, YouTube does. So I apologize if you saw my stream and then were like, he's not really streaming. So I hopefully canceled that. And then I started this new stream and we're good to go. And that was a symptom of me sleeping out in the the living room so my girlfriend can get some sleep for her birthday because our cat is being super annoying right now. She's in heat. It's not her fault. I get it. She's very sweet cat normally when she's not in heat. She's very sweet still. She just is loud. All right, so we are back here. Black Panther. The market is not open yet, of course. Let's look at a couple other things. So golden moments, C3 PO. I think it's C-3PO, right? And we're just gonna look up golden moments. Okay, let's see what we can find. The Lady and Partner, Lady and the Tramp below 1K. I believe all these will be more focused. If I can get a partner statue, again, these are both dual FAs, Lady and the Tramp, really fun and cool. Is it going to be the big one? No, I'd rather have Donald and Daisy for just an extra, 400-ish now. Partner statue down a lot. I think there's a sale at 40 or 50K. So let's look at that. Yeah, so 47K was all-time high. Again, if we're looking back to January 1st, everything is up an insane amount still. Keep that in mind. There's not much, if anything, that has gone back down to its early January hype. Now this is going back to a base. This is completely expected. It was only up at its highs for a little bit of time. That's really, really normal in the crypto market. Will we see another pump? I don't know. That's what I'm leaning towards. Will we see another pump eventually? Yes, at some point in the future we will. Who knows when? Will we see another pump next week, 2 weeks? I don't know. That really depends on Bitcoin and the markets, what they decide to do, how much the Fed, because again, if the stock market, everything crashes, you better bet people are going to sell a lot of their VeVe stuff that they said they would never sell, right? To pay for bills and pay for stuff if we have some really weird things happen. R2D2 is actually holding pretty well. He got to a high of 8K, has now bounced down and up. So if you got that at 5K, nice job. T3PO was at 5K, dropped all the way to 3,500. I wish I could permanently turn those off. I'll have to look at the settings. Iron Man, we already looked at Elsa, Avengers logo. Again, this changed from I think an FA to an FE. Although it hasn't changed to FA. They haven't made those changes yet. Those were proposed changes. I hope they do not do them, with the exception of Captain Carter, which they should make an FA. I think it's like a Beacon exclusive or something right now. It's something weird. Pizza Planet truck, not super important to me. Mickey Sorcerer Hat, I do really want. Again, this was another proposed change from an FA to an FE, which doesn't bother me too much. It is still Disney Golden Moments 1, still Mickey Sorcerer Hat, still very iconic. This one was up at 6K. Let's see, I got all the way to 7K as all-time high, but sat at 6K, right around 6K for a while. And then got down to 4.2. I was like, oh, that's a good price. Now it's down to around 3. It looks like it dropped, 23.20. So a bunch of them had this brief little drop recently. Let's see if Homer and Bart did it. Yeah, Homer and Bart also did it. So a few of them had this brief little drop of 500 to 1,000. Percentage wise, it varies with them. But 500 to 1,000 yesterday, and then shot right back up. So someone saw that drop and was like, boom, I'm going for it. And good for them. It shot right back up. Again, these are very illiquid. Skateboard is actually up today. The only golden moment it looks like that's up in the 24-hour period. Then this exact same thing. This dropped to 875, 900, pumped right back up. And remember, the skateboard is technically the first Disney drop, first minted Disney thing. Homer and Bart is the first Disney FA, even though skateboard technically right now is an FA. And I think it should remain an FA. Whatever, who cares? They're really interesting. And then going forward, I think they should keep on what they said. But everything looks really juicy. I mean, this looks really good. Oh, man, my paycheck cannot come soon enough. I'm so upset that I have to wait for a paycheck. But it will be here, and it will be glorious. And I hope that some of these prices remain. Again, I've been buying some Spider Ghost, some Spider Gwen. and she has been a good, I think she's going to be a good value play going forward. We also see Spider-Man 2099 up 5% over 24 hours. Good for him. Let's see. So, but it's been pretty much nothing but dropping since release, which makes sense. You could have picked him up for a similar price right now. This just goes to show you patience pays. However, in a big pump, we're gonna see with Black Panther. Black Panther will probably release on the market for a premium. I would definitely wait, because one thing I wanted to say is that the Black Panther movie was very good, right? But unfortunately, we're not going to get more of Chadwick Boseman. And you can think of Heath Ledger in the Joker. He was a very iconic Joker, right? And everything right after that, there's a lot of Joker stuff, but that kind of calmed down. And Joker is a very iconic villain, right? Black Panther doesn't have that quite yet. However, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, already has Spider-Man as that very iconic. And then Miles Morales is going to slot right into the icon. We already know that. Whoever plays him in the Marvel Universe, awesome. And there's already really good animated stuff, a video game, and there's a really good animated movie, which we don't have to depend on actors with that animation, with Miles Morales. So Miles Morales will probably end the month. I'd be a little bit weirded out if they didn't end it with Miles Morales. I'd be like, man, this was the perfect time to do him. And he's probably going to be the one to get. So I won't be picking up anything off the drop here, most likely, unless I see it for below listing price. Maybe I'll pick up a common. But that's what, like, all these golden moments, if they're at this value or below, I might pick up some, but I might be saving my gems for the Miles Morales. This might be that second chance at that Spider-Man secret rare that went up to 100K, right? So let's look at that secret rare actually right now. Let's see where that FA Peter Parker Spider-Man is sitting. The secret rare right here. I mean, is this your second chance? Would Miles Morales, like, that's what makes the most sense. It makes less sense not to do it. Again, if they're not ready, they're not ready, what have you. But Miles Morales coming out at the end of this month, they could be pairing it with a video game. They could be pairing it with the movie coming out later on, but I don't think the movie's till October, I want to say. And then the Batman movie is coming out March 3rd. Again, if you pre-register for that at AMC's, you can get your own Batman NFT. Will it be as valuable as the ones on VeVe? Absolutely not. Probably not. So, but the Spider-Man, your second chance, 55K, you get a secret rare. And if he's going for even a few thousand off the drop, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and he has a similar amount, might just have to, especially as everything is down. But after that, if Miles Morales comes and after that drop, we might see a big pump in the market, because who wouldn't expect Miles Morales? Black History Month. He is right now the predominant black superhero. Over Storm, over Black Panther, over Luke Cage. Like, he just is. He's a Spider-Man, and he's a very, very well-liked Spider-Man, and he's in a lot of good stuff, and his future looks really bright. He hasn't even been introduced to the Marvel Universe, which, who knows, there could be a really unfortunate actor who plays him, but that doesn't matter. Even though Black Panther was so dependent on Chadwick Boseman, and he's gone now, and that's what is unfortunate, is that who's going to be the next one, or how are they going to do that, right? However, Miles Morales isn't dependent on the actor playing him. Miles Morales already has a legacy, of course, the comics, but already has a legacy in video games, already has a legacy on the big screen being animated. So the the actor who plays him is only an addition. And if something happens, if they get caught in a scandal or something happens, all right, cool, that's unfortunate, but he's still a well-beloved character. Whereas if Chadwick Boseman got caught in a scandal, it'd be like, really unfortunate, because he was the representation of the broader world of Black Panther. Yeah, Black Panther has appeared in a bunch of other stuff, but there was no, like, well-beloved specific video game Black Panther that was like, oh my god, that game was just so amazing, so iconic. So, but there has been Batman, Spider-Man. Those have been the two video games that have just killed it. Superman, not so much. Too much of a Boy Scout, and there's that really horrible N64 video game displaying Spider-Man. So we are past 30. Let's see. So I think the common will probably go for around listing price. Secret rare, probably several thousand. All right, so we are not quite yet, not quite yet. So secret rare, around several thousand. There's been 0 chances really to get these rebounds. Unfortunately, it looks like they're doing like a server-side reset or something where it kicks you out of the buy now button. And again, this is me saying server-side reset as someone who is does not know what I'm talking about as far as server. So if you're like, well, what is he? No, it's an app reset or something. I don't know. I don't know what the lingo is. The Spider-Man common though was I think going for around 300, and let's see where that is right now. The Peter Parker Spider-Man. Rare, the uncommon is at 500, which I think is a really cool pose for him where he's hanging upside down with the web. And of course that is down quite a bit. The jump into action is the same pose as the secret rare, of course without the animation. And that one is down. Ultra rare, the common, here we go. And the common is past, it's just crazy, the common being past the uncommon. More iconic pose, sure. I don't, a lot of times I lack explanation for some of this stuff. And so I guess it's a more iconic pose, him doing the little Spidey thing of like being down, right? So he's at 700, still doing really, really well. Got all the way up to past 1,000. The ones that I would also look at are pretty much anything. So Spider-Man, anything in season 1 right now. FA Joker. Was it number okay. So look, Joker, but it didn't again. All right, so Jim Lee Joker is the FA. Still at 1100, so still pumped up, but you could have gotten him again. There's this interesting thing that happened yesterday or like 24 hours ago where you could have gotten a bunch of these. They just like all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of little pump ups. Let's look at Harley Quinn. Where's the FA Harley? Is this my FA Harley Quinn? No, it's not. She's a common. This one right here should be Bruce Tim Harley Quinn, just number 11. I think. No, that's not her. Not at $80. Where is my Harley Quinn? Not the ultra rare. The black and white. Here, Bruce Tim Harley Quinn. There we go. So she's also another really great one to get. But same exact thing. Look at that little dip and then boom, pump up. And again, these are pretty liquid. It only takes buying a couple of them to pump them up like that. So someone or a bunch of people have started buying, and this could be the bottom. We don't know. We just had big drop today. Might be waiting for Miles, but who knows? There could be a massive pump up right before Miles, and we could all be tricked. All I know is that historically, for the past month, you're getting a discount. So it's hard to know. I bought, again, a couple Spider Ghosts because I'm stacking up on her. And these are a little bit more expensive ones. If I were to spend that like 1,000, I might be looking at Golden Moments first. But I think FA Harley Quinn, FA Joker are great as well. The Spider-Man as well. There's several within that realm, and that's where you have to kind of guess. I think they're all really good. I think they all will hold value over the long term. And you just have to say, all right, which one do I like the most? Which one do I need to complete a set? Which one would I want to stack? And Harley Quinn, maybe I'll snag another one, but I think I'd rather have, for that much, I'd rather have a season 1 golden moment. And then one thing that has held up super well, Marvel Comics #1 has held up better than almost anything. So Marvel Comics #1. So the secret rare is still at 68. The ultra rare has held up really, really well, especially compared to comics in general. So yes, you can see it's really down, right? But compared to other comics that have just gotten crushed, this has held up really, really well. And how I judge it is because I bought it at like 13 or something around here, so right at the beginning of January. And that is one of the few comics that I made a trade for that is still up or at least not even to the price I bought it at. So it's still like double for me. Again, if you bought anywhere in here, that's unfortunate. I would, again, this is like holding time. If you bought really high and you're down, this is holding time. Buy red and you sell green. Red means it's going down, green means it's going up. Buy red, sell green. So everyone figuring out right now selling, they probably bought here and they did the exact opposite. And if you watch anything market, it's like such human behavior to do the exact opposite. And that's what so many people are doing. It's like it's so annoying to see. I get it. I've done it myself before, and that's like your entry into the market. But and that's why, I keep on saying these market idioms like buy red, sell green, buy red, sell green. But if you watch a lot of other YouTubers, they're just giving like, oh, this is a good buy, this is a good buy. And they're not giving the they're not giving the they're not teaching you how to fish. They're not telling you like, oh, here's the strategy. Why am I buying this at this price? Am I gonna hold it for a year or two? Or am I gonna try and trade it? And the thing is, sometimes their strategy is a little bit wonky where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna hold for a year or two, and then the next day, like, oh, I actually traded that. Um, so that's why you need to make your own strategy and your strategy can change, but buy red, sell green, it has to be the base of that strategy because I might be holding the Todd Batman for 3 years, 5 years in my mind. But if Todd Batman gets up to 50K, guess what? I'm selling green. I definitely am. So you gotta keep that in mind. Anyways, let's see. The market should hopefully be open. Gonna restart VeVe here on my phone. Look at the market. We can actually look at the market together. Go ahead and plug this bad boy in. And then we will be ready to go. Boom diggity. Not the bag it up, girl. Not the way you work it. No! Not ready quite yet. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh, that's funny. It's like, it says it's connecting. Okay, alright. Hopefully that will take care of itself. I should be connecting. Connection timed out. Let's unplug this and replug it back in. USB. I think we're good to go, hopefully. Ah, beautiful. Hmm? Window capture. Properties. No. No. Yeah, a power mirror. That's weird. I can see it. Maybe here, I'm gonna go off and go back on it. One moment. Well, now you can see it there. Can you see it there? That's weird. Well, huh. Well, all right. Well, you can see it there. So I'll just do that. Beautiful. Okay, okay. So, nope. Not there. So the Black Panther. Yeah. Man, that was a unfortunate drop to say the least. So that's all right. If you're joining me in chat, say hello. Let me know if you received the drop. So just a little recap. We spoke about the markets, how they could be going up, going down, but right now they are down. It is not a bad time to buy. But as always, I go back to the 3-bucket strategy: gems, short-term holds, long-term holds. Right now, you should be hopefully spending some of your gems on the short-term and long-term holds that you want to have in the future. You want to spend 100% of them? Probably not. You want to be waiting and ready for the next drops. I have not received any. I typically have really good, or I've historically had really good luck. Not at all. I have not received a drop. I don't even know when the last drop I received. Let's check it out here. So I didn't receive today's one, which would have been one I would normally receive. These blind box drops I have pretty good fortune getting. I did not get that. I did not get any of the James Bond's ones. Granted, I did not go for the poster because I really actually didn't want it. The Spider-Man I did not receive. Iron Fist I did not receive. Fantastic Four, I did receive one of these. I sold one. I sold one for 22 gems, I remember. Disney Gold Moments did not receive. Black Panther did not get. Hero for Hire did not get. Daily Fantasy did not get. Cover Girls I didn't get. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. 2 out of the last 11, which is really, really bad for me. I think usually out of 11, I normally get like 5 or 6. So that just means there's more and more people coming on, or they've changed some stuff for the algorithm. Who knows? I can imagine there's going to be like 2.5 million monthly users the next time they do an AMA. And then that's really good. I mean, you see these prices dropping. Oops, you see these prices dropping, and maybe it's making no sense to you. But people are selling, they're taking profits, that's fine. Or they're just holding gems and waiting, right? And whales, it's very easy. Again, you only need to sell a few things to drop the price. You only need to buy a few things to pump the price, because there's only 5 or 10 of these Marvel comic number ones to really pump the price up. Whereas in cryptocurrency, you have billions and billions in one coin to pump the price, right? You only need to buy several $1,000s worth of Marvel comic. You only need to buy $20,000 worth of Marvel Comics number 1 to pump up the price really big. So it's not hard to do. It's not hard to make the price go down. It's not hard to make it go up. So if I were a whale, everyone's all fearful of MTL. Everyone's all fearful of the market. Perfect time. Drop the price down a little bit. And then you make people's fears valid. And then what do? You pick up people's fears. Every day, a little bit here, buy a little bit here, buy a little bit here. And there's so many different ones to buy. You can buy a bunch. You can buy probably 15 different ones that I would be willing to buy right now. First appearances, or a Marvel comic number 1, or Fantastic Four number 1, or Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Like 15 different really good ones that I'd buy. Or the first appearance of Spider-Ghost, which I have been stacking up a little by little because she's one of the cheaper FAs that I still think is really good. And yeah, it's not, and will be appearing in stuff coming up. So that's kind of the recap of where we are. Well, could it drop lower? Absolutely. Who knows? But you take some of those gems, you buy a little bit of stuff now, you wait, and maybe tomorrow we pump up higher, and cool. Maybe you want to sell, or again, I think it's better you wait for the bigger swings. For me, my mistake was in January. I was both buying and selling here. The one mistake I didn't make was early January, I bought this Marvel comic number 1 ultra rare. That was a very good decision because I had, what was it, the skateboard that pumped up before this, pumped up like 2K or something. Oh no, it was Nightwing. Nightwing pumped up to 2K, and historically that was a high for Nightwing. Actually, 1800 was a high for Nightwing, which the chart doesn't even go back that far. Comey Wiki wasn't around during that time. So 1800 was an all-time high for Nightwing. I was like, cool, he's past that. 2000, sold it, bought the Marvel Comics number 1 for 13, and then I still had, 700 gems left over that I bought other stuff with. I don't even remember what else I bought, but this was the big one, and I'm still up almost double on this Marvel Comics number 1, where Nightwing is probably back down towards 1,000, right? But that was at the very beginning. However, during this middle part, I was buying and selling, And there was like no, it was really just a crapshoot of like what you got here. And I didn't do horrible. You know, one of them I got was a low mint Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom I think is even to where I bought him. Actually, the floor, because I paid a premium from him because he was a sub 1000 mint, but the floor was below. So still like right at where I got him. Not upset about any of the trades I made, but what I should have done was sell all throughout here, wait a couple weeks, and then buy where we are right now, right? And that takes a lot of patience because you have no idea where we're going. So, anyways, it's really hard to do. Emotionally, it's very hard to do. And that's why you just make rules. All right. All right, let's check out. Let's see where we are as far as the market here. Let me reset this. It's not open right now. It's almost 8:50. Yeah, the market's not open. Not sure why. So I'll probably call it right now. And again, we have live streams coming up. Let's see, we have a comic coming up. We'll do a comic reading, have live stream on Thursday. So that is tomorrow, right? Because today is Wednesday. So tomorrow on Thursday, we have Black Panther, and then let's see, the 28th. So is a Monday. So maybe over this weekend or the 28th, we will see perhaps Miles Morales. Maybe they'll announce him, maybe they won't. We'll see. But this comic is the FA of Killmonger. Killmonger could definitely come back. Michael B. Jordan is a great actor. He's still around. And that would be really awesome to see him. And we could see him maybe as the new Black Panther. I don't know. He's a great actor and be really good in that role, I think. So it'd be really cool to see. So this might be a good hold. Killmonger could be a good one for the long term. And we can look up his price later once we actually have the live stream as far as like the price for the actual physical comic. So that we have coming up Sunday 10 a.m. Twitter Spaces, when Pokemon and I are going to be hosting a Twitter Space again. So that's what I was doing this weekend. And then we'll have more regular live streams, and you'll see the schedule on YouTube as well. Almost at 250 subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway, as I've said before, of a physical or of a digital collectible on VeVe. Did a little poll before, and it looks like people want collectibles rather than comics, which is just fine. I'll probably do both at some point in the future, but we'll do that. Some great stuff coming. I'll be working on a video. I'm still putting up a couple more things. I'm almost done with this stuff, but just some general cleaning and making it all pretty and functional so I can shoot videos and stuff in here, because there's some more shooting angles, which is really exciting to me. And I'm still waiting. I have this mic coming in, which my mic is really big mic, and it's hard to maneuver around. So I try and keep it attached to my desk. And I have this one that's more of a mobile mic coming in that allows me to like film elsewhere, which is really exciting, along with my new phone. Very cool. Isn't it ironic? I got a new phone and now I'm not getting any drops. I'm going to throw it away. Anyways, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Remember, follow me on the 3Ts and IG, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram on Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, when Pokemon and I will be having another Twitter Spaces. So join that. And then, of course, live streams 10 minutes before each and every drop. We'll be going a little bit after. And we'll be having a live comic rating of this Black Panther. And then everything is as normal. So I'm ready to get going. And we're going to be having normal live streams as usual. Thank you so much for your patience with me moving. And I know I had the background set up pretty quickly, but I was moving a lot of stuff around here. So thank you for your patience with that. I really appreciate it. Remember, be yourself. Have a great day. Eat a cookie, because you know I will today.